WITSON,
which is on a Ford Ranger, and this is the 2006. That side and one that goes next to the steering wheel here. So you'll have a big long trim that goes just underneath the glove box, and you'll have a little trim which goes to the right of the steering wheel. Obviously they do differ on left and right hand drives, which you'll obviously know with the car that you own. So yeah, just make sure you choose the relevant one in the drop down box when you go to the sale page. Okay, so I'm not cheap, these units are a bit of a pain to install. Factories, this is probably about the third one we've installed. Every time we've got it in the factory, have given different wiring configs, and we, just to let you know, we did have to manually adjust some wires to get the hazard button working down here, as you can hear ticking in the background. So this button, actually you can't even see my finger, but there's a hazard button underneath here. There's a home button, there's a radio button, navi, phone. Apologies, the camera's been set up today and not to show you these buttons, but you will be able to see them in the sale page anyway. So you do have some physical buttons down here which will relate to this screen here, also the hazard button, and you do have a couple of round circular buttons which are physically movable for volume. It does work with the steering wheel controls, so I'll just show you that. As you can see, that's just me playing a bit of music off my Carplay. So this is actually what you see here is Carplay. So this is pretty much brings a lot of your apps over onto your phone into one hub. So Carplay is designed to make things easier for you, where you can speak to it, you can use the Siri support if you want. You can get your maps and your music working together, dual functionality, so obviously you can play music while your maps are going. And this brings any navigation app, any text messaging apps, phone apps, podcasts, stuff like that. So as you can see, it's brought over a few of my apps on my phone. So you got like my WhatsApp, my WeChat, which is obviously what we discussed. Chinese, we'll have a little chat with the Chinese factories on this one. There's my digital radio app from my phone. There's my SoundCloud. There's my Google Maps. So just to show you Google Maps, as you can see, it gives you a nice imagery of the satellite view. You can go down to the normal. If you're more familiar with the Apple Maps here, then there's your Apple Maps there too. Now your Siri support is linked up to your Apple Maps, obviously, so if you did ask it to take you somewhere, then obviously the Apple Maps will come up, as opposed to if you're an Android user, and then you would normally get Android Auto, which is pretty much same functionality as what you see here, but obviously if you say hey Google, then obviously Google Maps are going to take you wherever. Okay, so this is the Carplay. It is wireless. Android Auto is wireless there. I'm just going to take it over to the Android interface, which is this one here. So you can customize this if you want by downloading apps from the Play Store, like a Gamma car launcher, and changes things around and stuff and how it looks. But this is how it looks when you install it from day one. As I say, the factories keep on changing things, so sometimes you might get a little tweak on the menu interface sort of thing, like, but always checking with us before if you're interested in this style of picture. So just to show you this part here, 1 second. This is the heater system and your heated seats and your digital AC and your AC, and all becomes touchscreen because you are removing the original AC panel with all the heated seats and stuff like that. As you can see, the heaters are going on in the background. All these buttons are physical. There's touch stuff. Oh, that one is actually heated seat. I'd have to use a wheel. That's sorry. Let me lower that down. So if your car's got 1 second, excuse me 1 second. So if your car's got heated steering wheel, then you've got that option there too. There's your heated seats there. I don't think the car. Oh, actually, the heated seats will only work when the car engine's running. I'm not going to put the car on because obviously this might go off and then come back on again. But these options will only work when your car's running. Obviously, I've only got the key and ignition one. And as I say, pretty much you can see what you get from there. Anyway, you got like a little button here you can use for volume down below. Also, you got your physical button just a bit lower further on down. So I'll just give you a little rundown of what the homepage has got. So obviously you've got this is your radio icon here, which is a shortcut to take you to the radio. This is your navigation here, so it takes you a shortcut to your Navi Maps. Now you can put any map of choice onto the system because it's got a built-in Play Store. So if you wanted to put like Waze, you can assign that to this icon on the homepage. This is a Google map trying to load up. It is an online map, so you will need the data connection with it. So alternatively, you're going to need to connect your hotspot to the system, of your phone to your system, or you can use a SIM card, and that'll also give it an internet connection. You'll find that the maps will load then. I can't link to our. If I want to link to, let's see, if I link to, this is the built-in Wi-Fi this way, so this will link up to any Wi-Fi hotspot on your phone or any house hub, but obviously as you know when you're driving you're obviously going to lose the signal. So obviously this is good for if you want to download maps and stuff like that, or apps outside your house. So if I just connect our connection, this is going onto our Office Hub here. So as you can see, this will connect to this here. So as you can see, it is quick and responsive. And now as you see, you'll probably get all your messages coming through from the Google services. Now this has got an internet connection now, so alternatively if I do this, you should realistically, now the Google Maps will work, as you can see. This is the same method if you want to connect it to your phone's hotspot, but we always say if you're going to use the Android side for like Netflix, YouTube and all that type of stuff, we always do advise getting a SIM card with data, and it does come with a SIM card holder. Put your SIM card into there just to keep your internet connection separate to your phone. Only reason being is if you're going to be using the Carplay, the Android Auto app, which I showed right at the beginning of the video, it connects to your phone via the hotspot, but obviously it will conflict with the connection for the Android side, which wants to connect to the Wi-Fi. Sorry, just getting muddled up here, guys. This is how confusing it gets. So your Carplay connects to your hotspot of your phone, and the Android connects to Wi-Fi on your phone. So that's why I would say don't use your phone to connect to the Wi-Fi of this, because it'll just conflict, and just get a SIM card. It's just I've got a video on YouTube showing you what I mean on that. It's still that complicated to actually explain, but let's move on anyway. Okay, so there's your radio interface, which is the same as that one there. That'll just pretty much take you into the same app that I've just showed you there. You've also got music and video. So if you're old-fashioned and you want to put your films onto a pen drive, a USB pen, or excuse me, or albums onto there, you can play it through the system. Plug your USB pen in and all your films will come up here, alternatively with your music too. This card also is the Android Auto Carplay app, which I showed you earlier on. You got your Bluetooth, which obviously you pair your phone to it, and you can music stream and all. You can swipe that across there, and these are a couple of like, let's have a look at that one, what that one is. Customize, yeah, just basically taking just a sound. I've only just set it up there, so I press on that, it should take you to, let's have a look. I'm not even played around with that one. So yeah, this is these apps here is where you can customize. You can bring apps over onto the slide bar homepage, so you can like basically put apps on there. I think let's have a little look. What else can we do? So you got your Play Store on app too. I'm not really had to play around with this, to be honest with you. Yeah, so you can customize it. So let's have a little look at this. So I've brought my Play Store over to there. So obviously you can customize, yeah, so you can put more onto there. So if you want to choose another one, let me have a little look. I'll have to have a little look at that once the video's ended, but you can put more apps on there anyway. Okay, let's go over to, where are we now, to the application center. So this is where all your apps go into, which is basically pre-installed before installation. So obviously if you did want any more on there, like Netflix, YouTube and all that, you can simply go into the Play Store, log on to there, download your apps as you would normally do with your phone, and then you will come onto this side here. You got an aux, so this is basically if you want to link anything like into the aux in cables, TV boxes. Some people want to put a front camera on there. It does come with a reverse camera input, but it also works with the original camera. So just, as you can see, that's the OEM camera, which on this car is built into the logo badge. So that basically shows you what's behind you there. That's the original camera, but you can put an aftermarket one in if you want, if you haven't got the original. Bluetooth music. This camera option's obviously not going to work because it is for a, let me have a look. Oh sorry, that's a manual view on the rear. If your car's got side and front, then I assume it'll work with that too, but as I say, this car doesn't have it. That's pretty much 360 cameras there. You got car auto, as I said, it's Bluetooth, it's CarPlay Android Auto app. You got a Google Chrome there, DSP. Let's have a little look at that one there. So as you can see, you can customize the sound output and stuff like that. Let's have a little look at that. So you can change things on there, like the settings, the output on there. What else we got? File browser. Obviously this is good for if you want to download any apps on there which are not on the Play Store, so IPTV and stuff like that, you can put them through there. Gmail, Google, browsers, stuff like that. HD video player, maps, got that. Music player, we have that before. Radio settings, just to show you the settings here. So this is where you just customize a lot of the back end settings. This equalizer, I've just showed you on that one. Sound gain, so that's just tweaking the sound output. Video motion, so that basically allows the video to work when your cars are moving, should I say. User, It's default. So this is where if you download any maps, that will go into there, and then you just change that there so it goes on the home page. Settings guides, Android settings. You got your Android settings here, which is basically how you configure a lot of the Android settings on there. Okay, so yeah, so I'll just hope you like the video, and we'll bring you another one soon, and we'll put the link down below in the description, all our contact details as well, so get in touch with
WITSON